All right, welcome in ATL-Ruston.com, ATL-Ruston.com. I am Rick Godley. I encourage you to bookmark the gentleman to my right. Last time I spoke with him and the last time you saw him on the ATL Network channel was at the grand reopening, the ribbon cutting, if you will, for Jimmy Davis State Park. All of the Louisiana state parks up and fully functional. Billy Nungesser, the Louisiana, is it Secretary of State? Lieutenant Governor, 57th, I do believe, right?
Yes.
So before we get started, here we're in Ruston Sports Complex. You've been coast to coast, and I'm pretty proud to say that I like what I saw in New York City at the Macy's Day Parade. I also like what I saw out in California for the Rose Bowl Parade. Talk about the feedback from the float in New York representing our great state, and then also in California.
Well, incredible. You know, we invested a little over $1 million for a 3-year deal in New York. We gave out beads and little stuffed alligators. Up in Times Square, there was an alligator eye that would open and it would zoom out to Louisiana. We got 50 times our money worth the first year. And the people all over New York, and people were looking up at that alligator in Times Square. Incredible coverage, got people excited about booking a trip to Mardi Gras here in Louisiana. And the great thing about that is we promote Mardi Gras all over Louisiana. Family, friendly, safe, affordable Mardi Gras in North Louisiana. Even before COVID, we were seeing double-digit improvement in people coming into town, driving into North Louisiana for Mardi Gras. And we believe these two floats got people excited. I know it made me pretty proud. Mm-hmm. And then out at the Rose Bowl, we wanted to do something. When we went to make our pitch, we saw the theme, Dream, Believe, Achieve. And I told the lady, we're going to put a school teacher of the year, a first responder, a police officer of the year, a hospital worker, a nurse, someone that risked their life to keep us safe during COVID, Miss Louisiana, Lane Hardy, American Idol, all those great ambassadors that show the good of Louisiana. And she said, she had one question. She said, does everyone in Louisiana have that much passion? I said, yes, ma'am, everyone does. And today you saw that passion here in Ruston for this facility, for this town, and this is going to be a great asset for tourism, conventions, conferences, and sporting events all across North Louisiana.
You're exactly right. Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser, our guest, he spoke here briefly, matter of fact, and you started it off by saying Mayor Ronnie Walker, appreciating him for all he did in his vision. You said, man, I was here when this was nothing but dirt. And literally, if you build it, we will come, we are here. And you said you're going out to Denver, is it? And I mean, talk about the possible ramifications that can happen here.
Early on, I went out to Denver with our team to talk to the Olympic trials, and we were able to secure the volleyball for women's in Shreveport several years ago, boxing, golf. But this facility, we will be able to lure a bunch of those Olympic trials here to North Louisiana, to Ruston, but also conferences, trade shows, something we couldn't host here in North Louisiana except one facility in Shreveport.
Right.
So now, and I think you're going to see, because when we host major sporting events here, they book the rooms all the way to Shreveport. So I think you're going to see the gap grow with more hotels, more restaurants, more businesses all along this corridor to support this facility.
You know, one of the things too, Billy, you saw it, I saw Dr. Les Geis, the cooperation of campuses and communities here in Ruston and Lincoln Parish is unparalleled, like I have never seen. I moved to Ruston in 1981, and when people do work together for the greater good of all, and I sense that spirit, and I'm not just being Pollyanna about it, good things are happening for our state.
Absolutely. You know, something we're going to announce real soon, we finally got group tours that we can bring to Poverty Point. We've got 2. We bought a new tram, and we're working an agreement with Viking Cruise Line. They're going to stop in Mississippi and take tours to Poverty Point. We're working with Louisiana Tech and a group to do some real improvements there to make it a wow factor. It's a World Heritage Site, way underutilized. It's been very difficult to get people to drive up from New Orleans, but now those cruise lines are going to stop. People are going to go there, see it, and when people meet the people up here, they usually leave with a friend for life.
Sure
the
enough.
Nicest people in the world. They'll go home and tell their family and friends, and that'll just add to all the great assets we have here in North Louisiana.
Don't forget about Mount Driscoll. We're going to start a ski lodge there, and then we're going to have, no, I'm kidding. Skiing.
Hey, listen,
you're open to ideas,
well,
aren't you?
I'm going to tell you, through our private-public partnership, we put horseback riding and a mountain bike trail in Boca Chica.
Right.
Last weekend we had 1,500 people from 11 states. If you go through Washington Parish, you see bikes on top of cars, horse trails. It's changed that town and made it a tourism destination because of those two private-public partnerships. We want to do more of those private-public partnerships at all of our state parks. We want to make sure whatever we do is a draw and attraction. What we don't want to happen, we don't want to compete with any local business.
Right.
So we won't have a restaurant open in a state park. We don't want to compete with local business. We want to do things that will bring people in and complement the local businesses.
Well, the win-win scenario you're describing, you put it down at Jimmy Davis State Park that you want to turn this over to the local to have it be as much self-sustaining, less dependent upon the government to fuel and fund all the resources that we have.
Through the private-public partnership, I believe in 4 to 6 years, we can not only need tax dollars to run our parks, they can make millions of dollars that we can use then to improve the community.
We got Lincoln Parish Park here, don't we? I mean, that's another asset and a jewel at the crown at the top of the state. But Billy, thank you so much for all that you do.
Always, my friend. I appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Yeah, you too. There he is, Mr. Billy Nungesser, Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Louisiana.